Good morning. The Kirk County Commissioners Court is now in session. It is Monday, January the 9th, 2023. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. And we will start. I want to remind everyone to please turn your phones off, or at least to silent. And with that, if you would, please stand for the prayer and the pledge, which should be led by Commissioner Ballou.
Lord, we're grateful that you have given us life. We owe all to you, for our lives, for the lives of our family and loved ones, for all the families represented here today. Guide us that we may honor you in what we do, and think of the second commandment, that we love our neighbors ourselves. We thank you in the name of our Lord. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. We begin Commissioners Court, as we always do, with public input. We've got one person that has filled out the form. If anybody wants to address the court in the public input portion, please fill out the participation form.
Where do I get that, sir?
It's on the table right outside.
Okay, thank you.
Or maybe,
Guess we'll have to.
yeah, it's okay. I didn't look out there this morning. They're out there, aren't they? Sure. Let me go ahead and call Melissa Downs. And please state your name and which precinct you live in.
My name is Melissa Downs. I'm with Heartfelt Pets Alive.
Okay.
And I wanted to say good morning and Happy New Year, Judge Kelly and Commissioners. My name is Melissa Downs. My address is 127 Timberwood Road in Kerrville, Texas. And I serve on the Heartfelt Pets Alive Board of Directors. KPA, in partnership with Kirk County Animal Services, held a pet adoption event on December 17th. It was from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. KPA suggested having this event due to the abundance of pets that were going to be there over the holidays, the limited amount of hours, and the limited amount of staff. The event ended up drawing over 25 visitors, and in just 4 hours, 8 impounded pets found their new homes. They were microchipped and adopted. This is more than the average number of a weekly adoption during KCAS's normal business hours. And this was the first time in over 3 years that KCAS was actually open for an adoption event on Saturday. We'd like to thank KCAS Director Reagan Gibbons for listening to the need of the community and allowing for this event to happen. We believe that Saturday adoptions allow for working people and families to come adopt a pet. We hope that the county sees the success of this effort and will consider one monthly Saturday adoption event going forward. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you. And we have another. And Mr. Howard Oakes.
Yes. Thank you, gentlemen.
If you would, from the
back
podium,
here? I apologize.
so that people can see you on YouTube.
Okay, oh, how exciting. Just what I want. Should have put my makeup on there. Okay. Real briefly, I'm here on behalf of a young lady who wrote a letter to Governor Abbott. What's her name here? Her name is Mrs. Bob Wallace, and I think you might have got a copy of that. And let me just read the letter very briefly to you all. Governor Abbott, we are grateful that Texas has remained red and green, and even increased in conservative representation over the last 2 years. Since the Texas legislature last convened, much has come to light regarding the sexualization of Texas children. This includes the alarming discovery of pornographic, pervasively vulgar, and other sexually explicit materials in our taxpayer-funded community and public school libraries. Each signer of this letter is currently involved in fighting to eliminate the filth in our communities. We are organizing and coordinating efforts to protect the children within our particular school district, city, county, but we need statewide reinforcement. Legislative solutions that eliminate this material in every library in Texas are needed. as local policy is failing to address the problem, and the state has a compelling interest to intervene and protect Texas children. Ultimately, the responsibility will fall on the legislature. But if you designate this issue as an emergency item, it then has the ability to move more quickly through the process. The clock is ticking and every day matters. We are writing to you to ask that you designate legislation to stop the sexualization of Texas children, including ridding our schools of pornographic, sexually explicit, and pervasively vulgar materials as an emergency item of the governor's office, so the legislature can immediately get to work to protect Texas children. I'm from California. I know what we do, right? Texas is not California. Comparing Texas to California would be like comparing a Yugo to a Cadillac. There's a big difference. That's why I moved here. Don't become California, please. So I just want you to keep these things in mind as they come up for you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Okay, with that, we'll move on to commissioners' comments. We'll start with precinct 1.
Burn ban on for precinct 1 right now, and hopefully we get a little rain and do all those burns we need to do next month.
Precinct 2.
Okay. Well, I did enjoy the stock show last week at the Hill Country Youth Event Center. My first one, and they made the mistake of giving me a microphone. But I had a good time at least. Yes, there is a burn ban also in precinct 2. In fact, that was my first official act of business, was to put that burn ban in place. And, we have had a few burn ban violations since. So I want to remind everyone that before you burn, call the burn ban hotline. The number is 830-792-4328. It's dry out there. There's no significant moisture in the forecast. And this drought's getting bad, especially in East Kerr County, and especially in the Center Point area, where a lot of wells have gone dry already. Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District has done a great job in the last year or two with much needed modifications to their district rules, particularly with respect to the East Kerr Management Zone, where we now have exempt well spacing increased from 5 to 7 acres, and production caps have been lowered from 80,000 to 65,000 gallons per acre per year. But you know what? Maybe it's time for Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District to consider going to 10-acre well spacing. And I have been in discussion with 2 of the directors of Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District to encourage them in that direction. Now, the other thing I was going to address here is about the letter that was just read off in full to Governor Abbott. As I'm aware that all of the entire court has received a copy of the draft. It is still a draft. Other people are going to be asked to sign off on it. And I intend to sign the letter myself and use the title of this office. So to ensure that there is not any perceived violation of the Texas Open Meetings Act, I've only discussed the matter with one other commissioner, but I'm going to go ahead and enter the latest version, the draft version, into the court record. Here it is, Deb. Thank you. And again, I will be a signatory to it, and that's the reason, one of the reasons that I ran for office, to support conservative voices in Kerr County. And I had discussed it with the county attorney, and she advised that this is the appropriate thing to do, to raise it in an open meeting. So, mission accomplished. That's it for me.
Precinct 3.
Pretty much just glad the holidays are over. Had a great holiday. Spent a lot of time with family. The exceptionally cold Christmas meant that I stayed inside and spent more time with family than usual, which was very nice. But ready for the new year.
4.
All right, I don't have a whole lot other than the stock show has come and gone, and I think complete success. Had a good time out there Friday after the swine show, and spent a little bit of time with the sale on Saturday, and that's about it. Burn ban is still off in precinct 4. Consulted with the fire chiefs on Friday, and the majority of them felt that we need to leave it off for now. That could change. That's all.
Is also off in precinct 3, and while it is dry, there's a lot of people that, ranchers especially, that need to do burning right now. This is the time of year, the winds have been very low. The days that we've had high winds, which was like last Thursday, it's against state law to burn anyway. So burn ban does not do anything on those days. So anyway, that's where it is in precinct 3 for right now.
Very good. Now let's move on to the consideration agenda. Item 1.1, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve resolution number 03-2023, approving participation in the pavement program. Mary Rohrer.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners, and Happy New Year. Glad to be the first item on this agenda. This is kind of nice. I wanted to bring to you a resolution to approve the airport's participation in a statewide capital paving program, which includes basically the ability for us to have TxDOT help us to maintain our pavements at the airport. The statewide program is TxDOT organizes maintenance of runways and taxiways with regionally. So we have 5 other airports that are included in the statewide program. So that's Junction, Georgetown, Burnett, and Temple. So us 5 airports are going to be having our basically our airfields improved this summer, and that TxDOT will manage the construction and the contract and do all the work together and be able to coordinate that between the airports. So it's a huge benefit for us because actually it's quite a bit of money, and it's a great opportunity for us to have folks come out here and help us with our major runways. So as you can see, the total project cost for the whole project is $1,378,750 for the actual cost of the project. The 90% of that is paid for by TxDOT. So $1,240,875 is paid by TxDOT, and local is 10%. The local share is 10%, which is $137,875. So that money of the local share was included in both the city and the county's capital budget, which got approved last fall, to include the $69,000, about $69,000 for both parties to be able to work on that. So that's already within the capital project. So our airport, we're having the main runway, which parallels the highway, our main runway 1230, slurry sealed, emulsion put on it, and then new striping, and as well as all the taxiways that lead to that main runway. And then also they're working with some maintenance items that we have on our apron out in front of the terminal. So it's a huge, great contribution. I'm very pleased we were able to apply for it and get it awarded to our airport. And the other pieces of the requirements here on the Commissioner's resolution is to basically approve the project based on the scope that you all see here today. Authorize the board acting through the airport manager to execute all the TxDOT documents, and then number 3 is to allow us to be the project representative, during the project scope and project.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution for participation in the TxDOT pavement program. Is there any discussion?
Just a quick update. The reason this has to go before the city and the county is that the amount of the contract over $75,000. That's part of the agreement, and it will be on city council agenda tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we approved it at the Joint Airport Board in December. You got you here today, and then tomorrow night at city council. So then we'll be off. Thank you very much.
No, we need to take a vote. Don't leave yet.
I'm not leaving.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
I think she saw that coming.
Yes. I'm going to pass the office. Start signing now. No. Okay, the next item on the agenda is 1.2. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve a resolution for the Victims of Crime Act, VOCA grant. Ms. Peter.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. I'm going to sound really boring compared to her. My resolution, this is an ongoing grant for the Victims of Crime Act. Counties had this over 10 years. And I'm just asking you to allow the judge to let me apply for the grant. Writing has started and it's due mid-February. So this resolution allows it to happen with the judge's oversight.
But this is routine and we do it every year.
It is, it is.
Move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the resolution to apply for the Victims of Crime Act grant. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, Ms. Peter.
Thank you.
Item 1.3, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to appoint Kathy Becker to replace Butch Mize on the Emergency Services District Number 2 Board. Commissioner Harris.
Yes, we have had excellent board members with ESD number 2. Butch Mize is stepping down after a couple terms, and we're very fortunate to have Kathy Becker to step forward and want to join our team out there.
Okay.
So, with that, I move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve Kathy Becker serving on the Emergency Services District Number 2 Board. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. So if you'll step forward, we'll swear you in right now.
All right.
Get you started.
Yep.
Okay? So they can see you. You just stand right here. We're gonna shake hands when it's over, okay?
Okay.
So you know what we're doing. If you would, raise your right hand. Say aye, state your name.
I, Catherine Becker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will faithfully execute
I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Board of Commissioners
of Board of Commissioners
of the Emergency Service District Number 2
of the Emergency Service District Number 2
of Kirk County
of Kirk County
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And if you'll sign right here, with my pen.
Here's one.
Thank you. We'll sign right here. And I'll sign it. You'll be legal. Second page. Okay, this is a statement.
Okay.
Read it, and you sign. This is the anti-bribery statement.
Okay.
That's
sign
the
that too,
important
though.
one.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you. Moving on to item 1.4, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to accept the OOG grant number 4587301, which is Operation Lone Star Grant Program. Ms. Putnam.
Okay, I'm here to ask you to go ahead and approve and accept the funding for the latest grant that we've been awarded. And just as a reminder, it seems like I'm up here quite a bit. This particular one is for the Operation Lone Star, which the purpose of this program is to enhance integrity border security operations, supporting Operation Lone Star, including funding to help deter criminal activity related to the border crisis. So we went in and applied for this, I believe sometime in the early fall. It has now been awarded, and the amount not to exceed $660,180. And what I am asking of you today is to allow the judge to certify and accept the grant award. And Sheriff Langdon would also like to have a few words.
Yeah, what I'd just like to let the court know, I have to thank the whole team for putting in for this. Although the amount isn't what we wanted, what I found out, this is one of the larger amounts in our area that was approved. I think we did a really good job, and this is from the cases we made out there in human smuggling. Appreciate y'all considering it.
Is the larger money going straight to the border, Larry?
Yeah, oh, definitely, we're a three-tier county, so we're out. I mean, my fellow sheriff over there in Medina County, he's got 100,000, and they deal with it a whole lot more than we do. But we were extremely fortunate to get this, and this is what I say, thinking out of the box, going other ways to find money to bring into the supplement our budget. But this is a very good amount.
I move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Operation Lone Star grant as proposed, as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Moving on to item 1.5, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve a $25 donation from Network for Good to the Sheriff's Equipment Fund. Sheriff Lathrop.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the court's approval to be able to accept the $25, let's see which one that is, going to the equipment fund.
I move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Don't go away.
Nope, I'm gonna.
1.6, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the contract with Motorola Solutions for the WatchGuard body-worn camera system and cloud storage network, and authorize the judge to sign same. Sheriff Lathrop.
Yeah, Judge, this one's gonna probably be the longest for you in the court. We're gonna do the $30,000 helicopter look on this one and kind of explain, what happened was we identified last year that our body-worn cameras are gonna be non-serviceable anymore and being discontinued. Actually, they were discontinued as of 12/31/22, and they still work. But what we did is, our team again went out and found another grant for $74,660. What we're asking the court is to be able to enter a contract with Motorola Solutions and go to a 5-year contract with them. The total amount for this is $310,420, which I know is a lot of money, and I'll explain how we're going to pay for that here in a minute. But currently today, we have 34 body-worn cameras. In today's society, unfortunately, deputy wears one camera, there's 3 in the vehicle, and then we have 3 interview rooms that all record. Today we have on-prem storage, IT oversees that. What I want to do in the future, the way I'm taking the sheriff's office, we're entering into more and more 5-year contracts. One, we lock in that price. I can tell you the cost of doing business, what we see is about 40% up this year from last year doing business. But if we go to this, we're going to go to 60 cameras, and it's kind of like the radio project. It gets the sheriff's office inherited and oversees it. So also included in this is our constables and our animal control services. So it's not just the sheriff's office, although we are the biggest part of it. But, the remaining balance, if we put down the $74,660, it's going to be $58,896 for years 2 through 5. Currently today, we pay $24,000 in maintenance and stuff already. So that leaves us about $34,000 for years 2 through 5. That can be paid for, through the Motorola radio contract, because if we enter and approve that, then we'll have that. I'll have extra money, about $60,000 a year, that I can use towards this to pay years 2 through 5. If not, we can always go out and we always go for additional grants. The last thing, the third thing will be added in my budget, next year. So feel very confident it'll be covered. With this, we'll have storage through Motorola in 2 different places in the United States compared to one on-prem. What I like about that, Motorola will be responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of our digital evidence, which is today, if we record it, we have to produce it for our cases. If not, we're answering to the district attorney. And also this will help our IT department not having to oversee that anymore, to be overseen by Motorola. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
No.
I'm looking for that head nod. I see it.
There you go.
Looking back to IT.
Thanks.
I made the motion.
And then you made motion?
I'd just like to ask, where is the funding going to come from? Do we have a clear agreement on that? I mean, I support the program. I'd like to see that.
So, let me correct that. So the $310,420. We got $74,660 we put down year
Yep.
1, which remaining balance for 4 years is $58,896.
Yeah.
Currently today in my budget, I have $24,000 right now,
Yep.
what we got, which leaves me $38,000 a year from there. So 1 of 3 ways. I do have money in my Motorola contract, which has been approved, which will be free because we're going to get a 5-year maintenance on that, so I can get the funds that way. One way, it's already there. It's in my budget today. 2 is, we applied for some other grants, but like I said, that's 50-50. Who knows if we get it. the last option will be I added in next year's budget, not this year, next year, if the other ones fail. But, the Motorola contract, that's my next one up here.
Okay.
Y'all approve that.
Yes. Well, I'll just go on record and say, if it comes out of the Motorola contract that's coming and using ARPA funds, I am opposed to expenditure of those ARPA funds due to the
No,
strings
it's not.
attached.
It's not
So,
coming out of the Motorola funds. I
Okay,
currently have it
good.
in my budget.
then I'm happy with it. Thank you.
Anything else?
Well, and there's a fourth way. You can do a budget amendment if you need to,
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
But that would be next
I'm
year.
okay with any of
I'm
those
not good for
alternatives.
this year, no matter what.
There's also a term in the contract for non-appropriation if it's not budgeted in years.
And last but not least, the county attorney has reviewed this and approved.
That's where I was going next. I got about a half an inch contract here, and I just want to make sure it's been reviewed. Okay. And we have a motion and a second to approve it. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Move on to item 1.7. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the addendum to communication systems contract with Motorola that was approved on December 27, 2022, and authorize county judge to sign. Sheriff Latham.
Yes, this one might be a little more tough here, but this one here is an addendum. Y'all approved the contract in the last commissioner's court.
This one's more like an inch.
Yeah, this one is. And let's just start by it has been approved, reviewed and approved by the county attorney. But this is going back to our original contract in May of last year, taking out some things that we didn't need that does not affect the reception, nothing, so whatever. And adding in a 5-year maintenance contract. I mean, that's really good. That's one of the key things I fought for was this maintenance contract is, like I said, the cost of the thing does nothing but go up. I say it's unfortunate, but the city has went this direction, and it's kind of forced our hand to probably move a little quicker than we wanted to, but we've got to be able to communicate for officer safety and the public safety. So I'm asking y'all if y'all will approve this addendum, reducing it to $6,998,950, which will include a 5-year maintenance contract.
You got it under 7, didn't you?
They knew the number.
No comment.
I just want to say, I didn't vote on the last one because I was absent from the meeting, so I'm going to abstain from this vote.
Well, what this addendum is, are all the changes that we talked about that we did not make when we approved the original contract. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And it has been reviewed by the county attorney,
Yes, it has.
and we've got them all in there?
With
Okay.
Motorola's attorney, and we've gotten the terms that we've needed to in there.
I have to thank Heather. She's got the countless hours in this. Holiday hours, stock show hours.
A lot of back and forth, wasn't it?
She asked for the job.
I move for approval of the addendum.
I'm going to also abstain,
Okay.
and for two reasons. Number one, I just saw this addendum this morning, and I haven't read it. I publicly criticized certain members of our Senate for voting and approving an omnibus bill that there is no possible way they could have read the darn 4,155-page omnibus bill. So for that reason alone's enough, but the other one, I don't support the expenditure of ARPA funds, and this is ARPA funds in this contract, so I am going to abstain.
Okay. Any other discussion? There being none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstain.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so the vote is 3-0-2. Moving on to item 1.8, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the temporary mutual aid agreements for cooperation on law enforcement efforts between Kerr County Sheriff's Office and the 32nd and 100th Judicial District Attorney's Office, Carson County, Fayette County, Guadalupe County Sheriff's Office, the City of Wharton Police Department, and Liberty County. Did I get them all?
Yes, sir, you did.
Okay. And to be in effect February 27th through March 2nd of 2023, and authorize county judge to execute same. Sheriff.
What I've done, court, is I'm asking for the judge to be able to sign these. I'm going to host a task force. Kind of a new thing law enforcement's doing throughout different parts of the state. Here recently, we sent one of our guys up to Victoria. It was very successful. But anyway, I wanted to host one myself. There's a lot that goes into this. I'm actually responsible for the task force. We call them heavy hitters. There's probably 20 guys throughout the state of Texas that are really good at interdiction that are going to come here. The good thing for us is when I send my guy over there, kind of like I flip the bill and we don't get anything other than on-the-job training and experience, which is very valuable. But the good thing with the agreement is when they come here, you know, any assets and proceeds, anything that's seized here stays here for all 20 of these guys. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You know, I'm responsible setting up the rooms. They pay for their own. We've done all that, but I'm asking the judge to be able to sign these, which I will then forward, and they'll run it through their city council commissioners court to be able to come on those dates. But I'm looking really forward to this. I think it'll be real successful. Like I said, people coming from throughout the whole state of Texas to participate in this.
Move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve these mutual aid agreements for cooperation on law enforcement between Kerr County and the various stated entities.
It hasn't been reviewed, sorry, Judge, I forgot. You got me turned. Yeah.
I have a question, Sheriff. Usually our mutual aid agreements are with neighboring counties. Some of these are, it seems odd, the counties chosen. Can you explain why it's these particular counties?
You know, each
And
county,
cities.
just like me, when I send my guy from Kerr County to Victoria, I mean, it's up to sheriffs, it's something they can do, if they want to participate, you know, I'm real big in interdiction, I really, you know, I think that's a good thing. You know, first the sheriff has to be in agreement with it, and you gotta be able to send your guy, so, you know, these guys, there's a lot more of them, but these are the only ones that be able to participate at this time. Usually about every quarter, they'll go to different parts throughout this Texas, like the next one's gonna be up in the Amarillo area, which I'm considering sending my guy to. It's just a different kind of traffic and stuff like that, and whoever wants to participate in it, you know, I'm real big into that.
But it seems like it's, the purpose of it is training. And why do you need a mutual aid agreement for training?
Well, I say training, they get to see different stuff, but it's about going out there and making cases and taking drugs off the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this in response to the emergency declaration that we did with regard to the border?
No, sir, not really this, no, it's not. It's just an interdiction deal. It's done,
Okay.
like I said, throughout the state. It's just,
Well, I knew there were requirements in that declaration.
Yes.
That you have to have some of these mutual aid agreements. So,
Yeah, it appears to be that it's intentional and that you've chosen these specifically for a reason. So, has there been interaction between them? I mean, Waller's a long ways off. So
it is.
there's a lot of space in between them, between us and them. So, are you trying to? Is there a pattern that we're missing, or?
No, it's just like I said, whoever wants to participate, there's a lot more than this, but.
So you
it's
do
just-
all the counties if they wanted to?
Yeah, if they want to participate,
Okay.
a lot of them don't. I mean,
All right.
you know, we
That makes sense then.
appreciate it.
they like coming to Kerr County.
Everybody
Yeah, they're all
does.
state wild.
We're gonna get to that in a second.
Okay. So do we have a motion
Yes.
and a second?
Yes.
In a second.
Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thanks, Sheriff.
Thanks.
Item 1.9, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action regarding the need to establish public improvement districts for road improvements in Kerr County. Commissioner Balloon.
Okay. This came up recently, and we were discussing, we're not gonna get anything done today, but I would like for us to have a workshop so we really analyze this and look over creating one of these public improvement districts, so that we can include that with new subdivision as a requirement in some cases, so we don't have these problems with these roads. Now, I'm no legal expert, but I've read over the materials. I got copies of it here for everybody if they want them. How to do it, what's required, and I think pending approval from, I guess, the county attorney and whatever our TAC attorney has to say, that it's permissible and it's okay for us to do this and have it as a requirement. I read all of it, and you get to the last page and you go, oh, I wish that had been on the front page, because that would solve the issue. But there's information in it about counties with more than 650,000 people and that sort of stuff. So when you get down to the end, you can make an agreement with a developer so that this gets taken care of. There's some nuts and bolts to it we need to work out, but we need to start thinking about this for the future so we don't have another one of these deals where you have, 100 houses going in to a road that can hardly accommodate the 30 people that already live on it. It's got to be done. We've got to move in this direction. So what I really want to do is for us to set a time to have a workshop for this.
Sounds good to me. because it is an ongoing problem.
Yeah, it's gonna continue to be, and if this, I hate to say it, but if it makes it cost prohibitive, that will give us a breather anyway. And I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna restrict any developer from having the ability to come here and live the American dream and people to have the house they want and all that. But we want the roads to be safe. This county cannot afford to do that, and we're gonna have to have help some way or other. So this, if we can set us a workshop, talk about it, in the meantime, county attorney can look at it, we can get some help from Chuck and move forward with it. As part of our, it's really, we have our brand new subdivision rules. It could be, the first amendment to our subdivision rules.
Second. There's already one coming.
Oh, okay. Well, the second one then. This will be a big one, it'll save the county a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
And could save lives. So that's what I'm concerned with.
Well, I've made it clear, I'm not for taking on any more roads in the future.
We can't afford to do it.
No, we can't.
But with this, if the burden is placed on the person who's going to put all the extra traffic out there.
Exactly.
And we've discussed it a lot of the ways we've danced around it, and I think this at least will take us in the direction we can get to the heart of it.
Exactly.
So this wouldn't raise general taxes on that particular area, it just puts it onto the developer?
It's
See, a road
it's a different
district-
tax.
It is a tax, but a road district.
I'm just
we
asking whether
retired-
our constituents are gonna bear the cost of this.
Well, let's talk about what a pit is a little bit, because I think the
Well,
public.
before we
the
do
audience-
that, I want to demonstrate what it is for everybody. And Bob Reeves I want to ask you, which one of these just got retired? There was a road district, they just made their final payment on it, didn't they? In Ingram?
Not recently, but we did have a number of road districts at one time, and once the bonds were paid off, we're down to
We're down to one, that's what it is.
one road district in precinct 4.
So what happens is if you don't have adequate roads, a neighborhood, an area can vote on it. They get an extra tax that the others don't get around them, their neighbors, and they
And they brought the
eventually.
roads up, I'm sure Commissioner Letts can add to that, but they bring the roads up to the standards of the county. Bonds are sold, and that area pays for it. Now, my basic understanding, and that's all I have with the public improvement district, is it's not necessarily created by the vote of the people, but
Right.
rather the vote here, and it's a way to provide for future problems that may arise because of the roads like you're talking about, how to alleviate those problems. I do know Medina County is using this to some degree, and I believe one of the attorneys with the firm that does our bond work has been very instrumental in
Well, I
what he
talked,
does in Medina.
I talked to Judge Schuhart this morning, and Medina County has been using PIDs for a number of years.
Right.
And it's an agreement between the county, the local government entity, and the developer. And it's a method of being able to finance the capital improvements that go into these developments. And there's a requirement that they have a homeowners association, and all of this eventually gets repaid by the people that are actually benefiting from it.
Right.
But it is, it's commonly used over there. And the foremost authority in the area is the son of Bob's former partner, Scott Benford, Clay Benford at Norton. Is he at McCall Parkhurst now?
Yes.
I know he was at Norton Rose. But he is the local guru, Texas A&M, St. Mary's Law School, and he specializes in this. And if we're gonna do a workshop, I want to invite him. I want to hear it from.
Good.
I'm all
The
about it, I
experts.
agree.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
I'm happy to have the workshop. Better understand it.
when can we have a workshop?
Can I make a comment? The probate court, there's no probate court on the 19th, and there's juvenile docket reserved at 1:30 that date. So I would recommend January the 19th, if that's not too late, at 9 a.m.
So that's awful early. That's awful.
That's awful early.
And I can't make it anyway on the 19th.
I didn't hear the date when.
I mean, we're gonna have to
We
coordinate
gotta
his
find out
schedule.
if he can make it.
Yeah.
first of all, check with his schedule, I guess, but I'd like to do it pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, we really do need to look at this.
We have a couple of workshops that we need to do, and we could maybe do them all, you know, try, if
Yeah.
possible, do them at the same one day, have one.
We generally do them on the off Mondays that we don't have the regular commissioners' court
Right.
meeting.
Right.
That's kind of our
Sure.
fallback.
So I'd look at, maybe Jody could help coordinate, in February to get.
I'm happy for Jody just to tell me when to show up. I'm happy for that, so that's all I need is a day.
Well, I've talked with Scott, with Clay before, so why don't Jody and I follow up with him, and then we'll get back, and she'll get us dates.
That sounds good.
Okay.
So, no action required on that.
No.
Okay,
Real quick, I noticed that there was a YouTube video. I think it might be the guy from Texas A&M that you're talking about. It's a little over an hour. But he does a video on this bid. And I watched part of it and then I couldn't
Okay.
watch the rest of it. So,
Thank you, Kelly.
And nobody else heard it, but.
okay. I'm looking for Charlie. Is he out in the hall?
Not yet.
We're a little ahead of schedule.
Let me get the consideration, I mean,
Session item and
bills.
Then let's go ahead and just move on to the approval agenda. Item 2.1, budget amendments.
There's one here somewhere. Who's you?
Yeah.
We have 4 budget adjustments for today. 3 of these are related to grants that y'all have already approved and accepted. It's just formalizing them in the form of a budget. And the last one that you see there is for the, a contract that we have, and they're just paying us a little bit more money.
Move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the budget amendments as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. 2.2, paid bills.
Yes, today's invoices total $709,065.68.
Move for approval. Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve paying the bills as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Let's move on to late bills.
Judge, we need just a little bit more time. We've had some more turned in this morning that we need to get.
Okay, we'll pass that. Then we'll go on down to auditors' reports.
Yes, I just have one, item of information to bring y'all's attention. So on January the 1st of 2023, the, per mile rate went up to .655, and that's according to the IRS. So last year, y'all passed a resolution that said it can go up whenever the IRS goes up, and so the travel form has been updated on the county's website.
That does not require action, right?
It does not.
Good. Okay. Then, that's all you have on the agenda, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move on to 2.5.
Can I ask a question? Before the end of this meeting, we're going to find out what the other late bills were?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. 2.5 is monthly reports.
Yes, for November 2022, Treasurer's Monthly Report, Tracy Soldan. Payroll approval, Tracy Soldan. For December 2022, payroll approval, Tracy Soldan. Environmental Health, OSSF, Director Ashley Batters. Auditors Monthly Report, Tanya Shelton. Constables, Precinct 1, Tommy Rodriguez. Precinct 2, Kyle Snyder. Precinct 3, Paul Gonzalez. Precinct 4, Brad Ryder. Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Mitzi French. Precinct 2, J.R. Horn. Precinct 3, Kathy Mitchell. And District Clerk, Dawn Lance. I move for approval.
I need to make a comment.
Okay.
JP one was not on there. I should not have put that on there, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Mistake.
so JP 1,
So we're looking for reports from Ragsdale and French.
I believe that's correct.
right. Okay, thank you. I move for approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the monthly reports as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Court orders.
Yes, we have the court orders from our December 27th meeting, numbers 39731 and 39744, and from our meeting on January 1st, 2023, numbers court orders 39745 and 39747. They all look to be in order, and I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the court orders as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Moving right along. Item 3.1, status reports from department heads. Mr. Motherall.
Morning, gentlemen. I have been asked by Hill Country Telephone and the city of Kerrville to place a temporary antenna on our mast at the ag barn. And that's kind of a reciprocal of what the city does for us, because we have radio antennas on their water towers.
You said temporary?
Yeah. Until they can get a fiber built out.
Okay. Fine. I think that's within your authority.
I don't think we need to take any action, but that's just a reciprocal agreement. Any other department heads?
Yes, sir. Good morning, gentlemen. I'd just like to give you an update on
Identify yourself so the public knows who you are.
I'm Shane Evans, the Crew County Maintenance Director, and I'm going to give you an update on the sidewalk on Jefferson side of the courthouse. Commissioner Harris and myself walked that, and we took a look at it, walked all the way around it. Mainly it's just the Jefferson side that really needs the repair work, and I had one bid so far to replace that whole stretch, which is about 200 feet. They get with a quote of $28,000, and to take sections out, repair where it's cracked, broken up, was $10,000. So I mean, I currently have the money to do that for the $10,000, but more directed, do we want to replace that whole sidewalk in the back, or do we want to just take out the bad sections, repair what we have, and go forward?
Harley, you remember, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks, we were talking about something to do with the sidewalks, and I made a comment to you that, you know, you said it was the cities. I said, well, until it comes to repairs, then it's the county's.
ours, yeah.
So that's the case.
Yeah.
Shane and I did look at this, and again, like he said, to replace the whole thing, everything we look uniform. We do it in sections. It's not going to look uniform, but it's going to be sufficient. And it's my recommendation that we go with the patchwork.
The repair.
So you'll get it on another agenda?
Repair.
Oh, of course we would.
So is it the same group that did the sidewalk out here? Or did
No,
the
sir,
repair?
different.
Somebody different.
A local contractor.
I'll make a comment that I hate to spend additional money, but this is another patch, which we've been criticized in the bond issue for patching things all the time and not fixing them. Just a comment.
Yeah, and that would have fallen under the whole.
Now, we don't have to get bids, but we could get other prices.
Yes, sir, we could. Like I said, even if it's 28,000, we don't have to go out for
Yeah.
That price seems pretty reasonable. It's the cost.
And I reached out to somebody I know in the business, and they said thanks, but no thanks. They were busy enough, so it's kind of difficult getting bids.
That's not a big job, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
We'll see that on a future agenda item.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Shane. Any other department heads?
Charlie Hastings, county engineer. I sent an email out over the weekend to the court and also to our legal staff. We've been into the new subdivision regulations for a few days, and we found something that was missing. And we knew that this would happen eventually. I'm proposing the way to fix that, and moving forward, any little tweaks that need to happen, and so that we're not waiting for 10 more years and we're not reinventing the wheel, is simply to have an errata page that is updated from time to time as needed by the court through a court order. And on that errata page, it can be the second page in the document of the subdivision regulations to fix these kind of things.
That's a common way in industry.
I've seen it in engineering, yes, sir. I did propose that to legal staff We haven't had a chance to discuss it yet to see if that is the appropriate way. There may be a better way. I'm waiting to find out, but wanted to bring that to the court's attention so that perhaps we could have this item on the next agenda on the 23rd if it's ready. If not, maybe the one after that, but sometime soon. And then moving forward, that would be how we could make little minor adjustments and tweaks or typo corrections.
So Charlie, will that redirect somebody to the errata page, or is it gonna be in there and denoted that it, when it was changed and so on? How will it appear to the general public?
If you open up the subdivision regulations, it would be one of the pages up front that says, hey, here's the errata, here's the things that's wrong, and here's what is the correction.
But not in the place where we missed it? It's not going to be inserted there?
If you insert it, then all the page numbers are off, and so it's probably better to do it as an errata page for now until such time that you have so much that you feel like you need to update your whole subdivision regs.
Basically, it's just an addendum.
Yeah, sure.
And when we give out copies of the subdivision rules, it'll be included with the subdivision rules. It's going to be posted on the website.
Clear and understandable is the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Just like any contracts, you got to look at the end to make sure there's no attachments or addendums. But that's what I would see in terms of how we tweak our rules going forward, is we just put them on at the end. However, whatever the proper, whether you do errata, whether you do addendum, what amendment, whatever, but it has to be there.
Yes.
But we don't go in at this point and start renumbering pages. I'm trying to keep that uniform.
Yeah.
And these are just reports from department heads, and it's very helpful for us to know what's going on out there, so we'll know what to expect on future agendas. So we appreciate all those reports. Item 3.2 are status reports from elected officials. We have a few in the room. Sheriff?
Yeah, I just wanted to take this time and kind of update the court and especially the public, and you, Mr. Pace, being new on the board, on a couple of things. I just want to say how proud I am of my administration. It also includes Noel and part of this on the grants and my Kirk County Sheriff's Foundation. We've raised $1.3 million in less than 2 years, and I'm pretty proud of that. That comes from just a recap of the body worn camera grant, $74,660. Ballistic shield, $152,000, $152,360. Operation Lone Star, $660,180. Foundation year one raised $75,000. This past year raised $337,000. You know, I campaigned that there's a lot of money out there. We're going to go find it. That's what we've done. That's just part of it. That doesn't include the training I've been able to bring here. You know, we don't monitor and track that from other agencies, but there's a lot of money out there. We can continue to go get it. And when I say this falls under our wants, okay? You know, I know when it gets to budget time, we got needs and wants. I come to y'all with needs, stuff we have to operate. You know, the radios, the body worn cameras. We got to have that stuff to do our job. These other things, the Bearcat, that's going to be a game changer. You know, that's a $300,000+ item that, you know, yeah, can we operate without it? Yes, but it's going to be a game changer. Be able to do our job, I feel more safe and better. But I just want to share that with y'all in the public. You know, I think it's pretty good for less than 2 years.
Very good.
Well done.
Okay, then we'll move on to item 3. Any other elected officials? Okay. Then item 3.3, status reports from liaison commissioners. Anything to report? New in the year.
Yeah, I'll make one report. I attended a CARFA meeting, which is the Kerr Area Rural Fire Association, and Commissioner Blue was also there. This is a meeting amongst the volunteer fire department chiefs, and in this one, Kerrville Chief Eric Maloney also attended, and there was a lot of discussion about the first responder program, and there are issues that impair the effectiveness of that program, such as the proposed encryption of radio transmissions, because a lot of first responders monitor the radio, and if it's encrypted, you won't be able to, and response time would be greatly slowed. And the other one is the need for liability coverage for any of our local EMTs who might respond to a call and be first on scene and render first aid, and who knows if that goes bad or not, but you can understand the liability concerns of those individuals. So we'll see how it plays out, but I just wanted to keep the court informed. That's it.
Any other reports? Okay, well, why don't we take about a 5-minute break? We'll come back at 10 o'clock, and we have 3 public meetings before we get on to other business. Being recessed.
Opinion from Heather that we go.
Let's go to,
Late bills?
huh? We need to do the late, gonna do the late bills now?
Yeah, she's got them.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the late bills.
That's what's here. Yeah.
That's item 2.3.
Invoices for late bills amount to $58,912.32.
Move for approval, paying the late bills.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the late bills, pay them as presented. Any discussion?
Might know most of them are to the city of Kerrville, so maybe we should reconsider. But they're utility bills.
Oh,
Very well. Then those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous, thank you. We have a series of public meetings that have been set this morning at 10 o'clock. First one is item 1.10, which is a public meeting for the revision of plat for Hidden Valley Ranch, Section 1, Tracks 5 and 6. I convene a public meeting. Is there anybody who would like to address the court at this time? There being no one, then we will adjourn the public meeting and move on to the next public meeting, which is item 1.11, which is a public hearing for a revision of plat for Heavenly Acres, Tract 5. Anyone here to address the court on that? There being no one, the meeting is adjourned. We'll move on to the third public hearing, which is item 1.12, which is a public hearing for a revision of plat for Hill Country Ranch Estates, Tracts 11 and 12. Anyone to address the court? Very well, then we'll adjourn that meeting and move on to consideration item number 1.13. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to approve a revision of plat for Hill Country Ranch Estates, Tracts 11 and 12. Mr. Hastings.
Thank you, Judge. So this proposal revises and combines tracts 11 and 12, 5 acres each, into tract 12R, 10 acres. The road frontage remains on Green Oak Drive, and based on Headwaters Groundwater Conservation District East Kerr Management Zone, the minimum lot size is 7 acres, so they're doing the right thing. The county engineer requests the court approve a revision of plat for Hill Country Ranch Estates, tracts 11 through 12, volume 3, page 5, precinct 3.
Move for approval.
Second.
On a motion and a second to approve the revision of plat for Hill Country Ranch Estates, Tracts 11 and 12. Any discussion? Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Unanimous. Move on to item 1.14. Consider, discuss, take appropriate action for the court to approve a revision of plat for Scenic Valley Springs, Phase 2, Lot 2. Mr. Hastings.
This proposal divides Lot 2, currently 10.16 acres, into 2 lots. Each lot will be 5.08 acres, fronting on Scenic Valley Road. Proposed revision was brought before the court on September the 12th, 2022, and a public hearing was held on October the 24th, 2022. These lots are located in Kerrville ETJ. Since both lots are over 5 acres, this proposal will be exempted from platting through the city of Kerrville. It's only going to be platted through Kerr County. The county engineer requests the court approve a revision of plat for Scenic Valley Springs, Phase 2, Lot 2, plat file number 15-03674, Precinct 1.
Move for approval.
Second.
On a motion and a second to approve the revision of plat for Scenic Valley Springs, Phase 2, Lot 2. Any discussion? Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Item 1.15. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to set a public hearing for 10 a.m. on February the 13th, 2023, for a revision of plat for Verde Creek Estates, Lots 6 and 7.
This proposal revises and combines Lot 6, 0.932 acres as platted, and Lot 7, 0.887 acres as platted, into Lot 6R, 1.181 acres. The road frontage remains on Riverview Drive. I think I have Mr. Vogel here to address, this is the one that they were going to add in an additional?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Tract to the east.
Okay, so we'd like to amend this by also including a 0.43 acre tract.
Yes, sir.
If part of Lot 5 is also part of this lot. So there, it's actually going to, instead of becoming 1.81 acres, do we know what the total will be? 2 point something?
Yes, sir.
A little over 2 acres. We can get to the details later, but right now we're asking you to set a public hearing This lot is partially in the floodplain. It must meet the regulations for development in the floodplain. It's on the water utilities, it's on public water. It's on the Kendall County WCID #1 sewer project. So it's a centralized sewer system that's serving this lot. It's a public water system serving this lot. And there's no roads proposed. Everything's existing, just combining the lots. County engineer requests the court set a public hearing for 10 a.m. on February 13th, 2023 for revision of plat for Verde Creek Estates lots. Half of lot 5, lot 6, lot 7, volume 3, page 99, precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve setting a public hearing for February the 13th for Verde Creek Estates as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Item 1.16. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to approve a final plat for 4L Estates, Precinct 4. Mr. Hastings.
This property consists of 10.4 acres and is being divided into lot 1, 5.39 acres, and lot 2, 5.01 acres. Road frontage is on the recent relocated Stewart Junkin Road. Said road has been relocated as noted on the plat by referencing court order number 39708, which abandoned, vacated, and discontinued a portion of Stewart Junkin Road, and court order number 39709, which accepted the relocated Stewart Junkin Road. These lots are in the floodplain and must meet regulations for development in the floodplain. County engineer requests the court approve the final plat for 4L Estates Precinct 4.
I move for approval. Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve final plat approval for 4L Estates. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, that brings us to the end of our regular agenda. We do have an executive session. I think we're going to do what, 4.4A, is that it?
Yes, sir, and you'll need to take a vote.
And I've got an opinion from the attorney that this affects contract negotiations and therefore should be included in the executive session. I have that opinion in my possession here. So if there's a motion for us to go into contract negotiations.
The motion should be that deliberations in open, or the vote should be that deliberations in open session and interfere with your
Negotiation.
negotiation ability. Yes, thank you. And you'll need to state that.
So moved. Got a motion?
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, so at this time, court will adjourn into executive session. 12:26, we're coming out of executive session. I don't believe we have any action items at this time. But we do intend to proceed forward and working with Peter Lewis on the remodeling downstairs. So with that, we have nothing else, so we're adjourned.